This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Let's talk about the show itself. We're going to get kicked off with Ric Flair and Carlito. And I got to tell you, I knew this match was on the card because we sort of ran down a preview. And I just assumed that this is the same era where Flair cut that unbelievable promo on Carlito backstage. But that was like 2 years later. So this predates that. But it's Flair and Carlito for the Intercontinental Championship. Carlito has the title. He's going to lose it to Ric Flair here with the figure 4, which is funny because Flair's told me and you, he never beat anybody with the figure 4. He's going to open the show wearing that black robe with the blue feathers. And, he's fighting Carlito for the belt here. This is the old oval Intercontinental design. The big story here is that Flair's never won the Intercontinental title. And I got to say, it looks a little weird for Flair to not be wrestling for the world title. Not that that's in the picture in 05, but I don't know. Sometimes that feels like the belt on your way up to the world title, but I guess in his case, it's on the way down. You tried this a few years ago, or maybe even before you were back, I guess, but Roman Reigns won the Intercontinental title after he'd already been world champ. Do you think it's weird when a guy like AJ or Roman or even Flair here, a former world champion, is now in competition for the Intercontinental title, or not so much?
No, not so much. A championship is a championship. And a lot of times the talent holding it can make it mean that much more or that much less, depending upon the talent.
What was management feeling about Carlito in this era here in 05?
Well, in 05, man, you know, Carlito was on fire, in my opinion. I've always been a big fan of Carlito from the first day that I ever saw him in Puerto Rico. And he was just plain old Carly Colon. But there was always been something special about him. I always had that twinkle in his eye and a smirk on his face that was a confidence that you can't teach.
Right.
And I've always been high on Carlito and thought he's a hell of a talent.
The match starts out without much happening until Flair hits a very loud chop. And of course that gets the crowd going. Nate tries to cinch in the figure 4, but Carlito pushes him outside. We get a lot of "Let's go Flair" chants. Flair actually hits a move off the top rope and the fans eat it up because they never saw it. It feels like every time we've seen Rick climb to the top, he got that dreaded damn body slam off the top. Ultimately, Flair wins with the figure 4 leg lock. Meltzer didn't love it. He gives it 2 stars. And then he grabs the mic and says this win means as much to him as his 16 world championships. And he says he wishes Triple H was here to celebrate with him. Then he gets some plants from the audience who just happen to be attractive women, one of which is actually his wife at the time, to all join him. And one of the women actually falls over the guardrail trying to.
Awesome.
You saw it this week for the first time in 15 years. You had to feel bad for that lady. Did you not?
No, great television. I loved it. I mean, you got to admit that was great TV. You're sitting there going, no. Oh! So yeah, I thought that was absolutely great television. And the match, shit, come on, man. I thought the fucking match was tremendous.
I did too.
It was a solid, simple story that everybody could understand. Both guys had their working boots on, and it told a great, great story. And when you talk about history, man, and you talk about Flair and Puerto Rico and Carly's dad, Carlos Colon, I think that for Carly, it was an opportunity to work with Rick and just feel that history. I thought it was cool on so many fucking fronts. And then you got old school Ric Flair. Tremendous.
No doubt about it. I love this segment. Enjoyed the match a lot. And I appreciated that Rick sort of addressed what I was thinking when he said, this means as much to me as my 16 world titles. He's got to get it over, and he does a good job with that. And there's more Flair to come on this show. Literally. We've been hanging out too much. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.